shadow dragon once. Or, I think I did. I mean, they didn't say they were probably a good idea, but I was pretty sure.
Why is that?
Most Tevinter are condescending, even the nice ones, but they weren't. And you remind me of them, so it makes sense.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Rook, do you have a minute?
Of course. Something wrong?
Thea wants to meet.
Well, that doesn't sound like a bad thing.
She wants to plan Katerina's funeral.
Oh, right.
If you don't mind, I could use some backup. In case Spike gets out of hand.
Let's not keep Taya waiting. Look at all those green leaves. You've really brought this place to life.
Amazing what a little weeding and water can do. They're growing so fast, too. Even the ones I haven't tended. Maybe they just needed someone to remind them?
I don't know how it... Ew, what is that? Who's making that squishy noise?
It is good Rook found Dareth's contract. Eyre says Jacobus is comforted to know his cousin's death was not in vain.
Work might help focus him, but until he can control that temper, I cannot approve Jacobus as a full-fledged crow.
I feel as you do. We worry about Jacobus. His future seems so dark.
There's comfort to be found in the dark.
It could be hard to find without someone to guide you.
Then we must ensure there are crows alive to guide him.
Are there many crows like Jacobus?
We have many fledglings, but E is something of a prodigy. They tend to do very well, or very badly.
Not all things end with clarity, as you and I both know.
Fine. Endings are fuzzy. Starts are shocking. Middles are worth lingering.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't, like, alone. Barely returned from his imprisonment into Oshieri, Lucanus must help arrange a funeral for his grandmother.
Good, you're here.
Thank you for making the arrangements, Thea.
For Katerina? How could I do otherwise? I'm so sorry, Lucanis. This must be such a blow. Rook, thank you for coming with him. I need Juan de la Muerte to plan this. His cousin has been no help at all.
I'm sorry, Thea. This is just too much right now.
What do you need us to do?
There's a lot to plan. But first, I need the ashes.
Ashes?
Make it help us. Yes, the ashes. Katerina's ashes. From the cremation?
Oh, yes, of course. I'll get them to you right away.
Ilario, what happened?
What do you mean?
Katerina, how? How did the Venatori get to her? When? Where? In the estate? In the city? How did they get past our people? What did they use? Poison? Blades? I need to know.
Cousin, stop. You can't dwell on this. It'll drive you mad.
I'm not dwelling. Zara killed the first Talon. I have to know how if I'm going to stop her.
I told you, I'm handling it.
Boys, enough of this. We have other things to discuss.
My apologies, Andrea. Continue without me. I'll get you the ashes.
Something's going on with him.
I still
know
don't
what.
trust that guy.
When he's not on the job, my cousin always has his head in the clouds.
Hilario can be a handful, but this? The only time I've seen him like this was when Lucanis died. You're worrying, aren't you? What will people say if they hear the demon of Virantium has a big, soft heart?
He's been careless at times, but never when his own life was on the line. Zara took down the first Talon. Anyone could be next, and my cousin doesn't want to think about it?
You have a point. It's not like Hilario to ignore a knife coming at him.
What do you need from me for the funeral?
Come, I'll get us some drinks and we can make the arrangements.
Lucanis's line delivery was a little
Our
weird.
house owes you for handling all of this.
Katerina was family. Can you imagine what she'd say if she saw us all like this?
She'd be furious, especially at Hilario, as usual.
Like earlier, it kind of sounded like he was just reading from a list. It felt weird. It didn't sound like actual curiosity. It felt like he was just reading from a list.
How did you stay on her good side?
What good side?
To hear Katerina tell it, Lucanis can do no wrong.
It's easy to look good standing next to my cousin.
I'll have my people keep an eye on him for you.
Thank you, Taya.
Go on. I'll let you know if something comes up.
Would everyone from Origins be like in their 40s by now?
Trouble at the gates, as always.
Thank you for handling it. And everything.
The Cantori Diamond is your casino. The occupation hasn't closed your business?
Business may be down, but it isn't my casino to close.
An easy mistake to make. Isn't that right, Andaratea Cantori?
I am no landlord, and anyone who treats me as such shall be evicted.
So you two are both Talons. Doesn't that make you rivals?
Rank in one area is rarely applicable to others, which is to say, only a fool would try to impose rank on Thea.
Wise words from a sometimes fool.
A history I would wish on no one else, lest they take it from me.
Balara, what if Irsa Telnal was never Elven, but a mispronunciation of Isatunal? Maybe they knew it had something to do with the Titans and tried to write it down.
And got it wrong. Then over time, the sounds shifted. That's brilliant. The lullaby's full of words that don't make sense in Elven. If this is why... I have to go look at it again.
It's a bit odd to have something like that just as side dialogue. There's Lucanis.
Mierda. This place makes my eyeballs itch.
It's a bit bright, isn't it? Okay, so you don't have anything to say about the mission? Guess I just gotta keep on going.
Fewer people than I expected. Let's find Asher.
Asher?
The Viper. He prefers to be called Asher in private. Said I could tell you.
Okay, so who's spying on us? Okay, let's look at this. So that might be Rook. That might be the Grey Wardens. That's the Dalish or like Evanuris, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. No clue. And either blood magic or the joining. And that's the Chantry. That's Bianca. The Red Wolf or something else. That's the Inquisition. Maybe Red Jennies? I don't know, I've never seen that, but the only thing I can think of is Red Jennies. And I don't know what that other could be. That could also be Grey Wardens, but I don't know. Didn't always say that's Kirkwall. Anything else around the room? So am I supposed to find this right now? Doesn't feel like it, because there's like literally no reaction to it. I don't know what that is. Maybe Titans? And then that's the Lyrium Blade. Which is like, if this is just some random guy, I'm surprised they know what it looks like. Especially since walking around with it, it's just a ring on the side of my freaking belt. It's not even an actual blade. So either that's a plot hole, or it's someone who's intimate with us, so they've seen it in person, or at least seen it in action.
Trouble in the Anvalanim. Darkspawn.
But those tunnels are safe passage for...
I know. We've had to close that entrance.
We can help. We've recently had to deal with Blight. Those Darkspawn have to be destroyed before they get out into the city.
If you get through, signal the all clear at the hidden door.
The voice sounds familiar, but it doesn't sound distinct enough for me to place it. I probably don't actually know who that is.
This is troubling. Darkspawn in the city.
And in one of the worst places. The shadows rely on those tunnels to rescue people.
Odd. Onvolanim is the ancient elven word for womb.
Huh. Interesting. The Anvalanim should have an entrance this way. The passage is hidden by a wall carving. Keep an eye... Venatori. Why are they so close to the shop?
There. Is that the wall carving you mentioned?
That's the...
Got it.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a puzzle, but okay.
It's dark down here, isn't it?
I feel like they got rid of any semblance of like difficult puzzles just so they could be a little bit more broadly appealing. It's like, I get it, but kind of makes exploration pretty boring.
That did it. We can get through now.
I hate tunnels. Let's kill those shadow dragon rats so I can leave this place.
I was a bit confused because there was stuff on it, so I thought that was the thing that was blocked.
Excellent form, bro. You got it.
What is happening?
Those Darkspawn and Venatori were on the same side.
I know, and that worries me. At least that seems to be the last of them.
It should be safe for the shadows to use the entrance again.
Let's find it and tell them to open up.
There it is. The hidden entrance back into the shop.
It's Rook. All clear down here.
Nice work. I'll get the door.
How did the Venatori find the Shadow Dragon's hideout? Isn't it a secret?
We help the people in Docktown. They know where we are. Someone might have talked about the shop. People spreading rumors, that's easy to handle. But Darkspawn? That's different.
You really saved our skins there, Rook. Those Darkspawn could have destroyed us.
It wasn't just Darkspawn. Venatori were there too, and they weren't fighting each other.
How is that possible? Darkspawn attack all living things.
Darkspawn are blighted. If the gods control the
Is
blight,
this Sten?
they might control the Darkspawn.
Give me a second. This sounds like Sten. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. It sounds so much like him, though. I mean, like, it doesn't sound so much like him, but it sounds... Oh, it's Matt Mercer, so I guess that's why he's familiar. But it sounded so much like Sten. God, I wish it was Sten. Anyways. Darkspawn are blighted. If the gods control the blight, they might control the Darkspawn.
Let's not jump to conclusions before we have more answers.
If you're looking for answers about the Venatori, I may have a lead. A warehouse on the other side of the city. Lots of cult activity. And some of them were spotted headed towards a shop. Could be a coincidence, or it could be something more.
It's worth a look.
Agreed. Rook?
Let's go.
I know who Matt Mercer is, I'm just not used to his voice acting, so I can't really pick him out when I hear him.
One day you'll move.
The Viper, or
Okay.
Asher, I suppose. Is he the leader of the Shadow Dragons?
One of them.
Maybe
He
don't
made
say his name.
Freeing slaves and supporting their
Out here?
rebellions. He won't stop until slavery ends in Tevinter.
So the Viper's real name is Asher?
Let's
A
keep
middle name.
saying his
He
name
calls himself
out loud,
Viper for
please.
first impressions, or so he says.
What do you mean?
Asher just doesn't have the same impact, does it?
I mean, like, I don't know, like, is his identity supposed to be secret? I mean, like, there's a reason he's wearing a mask, right? Let's just keep saying it out loud in the streets for the guards to hear.
Those are Venatori. We're on the right track.
That animation is straight up like 3 seconds, and the indicator starts as soon as it starts. It like throws me off so hard because the moment he crouches, there's an attack indication.
Locked. There has to be another way in.
On the roof again? Is there a reason why there's a little platform I can go down to that leads nowhere?
We're not alone. How's that?
Like, what is this UI, dude? Look how much stuff is on this single guy. And I don't think there's a way to disable any of that. Like, realistically, there's so much detail on that HUD that I can't realistically read it in the middle of a fight. Oh, let me parse through these 12 different icons and see if he's like, if he's met the condition that I'm looking for.
Right.
That sounds like magic. I think. Venatori up to no good, I bet.
Okay, well that's the way to go. Anything else?
They're summoning Darkspawn.
How?
We stop the
Venatori and Darkspawn under their control. Stop them.
Not in my city.
That had to hurt.
Nice shot.
That's all of the Darkspawn and Venatori. Let's search the place. This explains the Darkspawn we keep finding in the catacombs.
At least they don't know where the Shadow Dragons are. Exactly.
Okay, well, good thing they didn't add a most recent tab, because why would I want that? Knight Commander Lenos, we are blessed indeed to have such a loyal friend in you. Continue to serve us, and you will be richly rewarded for the glory of Tevinter reborn.
This note. Knight Commander Lenos of the Minrathous Templars is being paid off by Venatori.
Damn it.
I mean, that's the Knight Commander we've already met, right? It's not surprising. Elgarnan has blessed us with ancient knowledge. The relic lets us control Darkspawn through their blighted blood. Use it to destroy our enemies in his name.
The gods gave the Venatori a relic they can use to control Darkspawn.
Rook, is everything all right in there? Rook, I thought I'd see if you needed help.
Is there a point in having that hint? Because even though I have waypoints off, I'm pretty sure it points you to the roof. So what's the point in having that written hint if it's just telling you where to go anyways?
Did you find anything in there?
The risen gods taught the Venatori how to control Darkspawn. Explains why the hideout was attacked.
We found documents from the Knight Commander. I knew he was crooked. I didn't think he was actually Venatori.
Let's head back to the shop. We'll discuss things there.
Hello, doggy.
You managed to catch the stragglers fleeing the warehouse.
They'll think twice before coming back here. What else did you find?
The Venatori serve Elgarnan and Gillenane like we thought. They gave the cult control over Darkspawn.
Great. Sounds like the Venatori are going to be even more trouble.
I think we've only scratched the surface. It will get worse.
How do we know we can even trust you? You're not from here. You don't know Minrathous like we do. And we know as little about you as we do these risen gods you unleashed.
Now, what is it they say? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. The cult has its hooks deep in the city. Venatori backers sit in the magisterium chambers, and now they wield power given to them by the gods.
Thank you for not
We'll
introducing
have to get along
yourself.
if there's any chance of surviving this.
May, what are you doing here? You promised you'd lay low.
Tried it, didn't much care for it.
I'm hoping you're here to help, because we need it.
Rook's been working with us. Nevaris is one of the Shadow Dragon leaders.
Maevaris Talani, formerly Magister Maevaris Talani, at your service.
Wait, formerly?
My enemies conspired to have my magisterium seat stripped from me. We can talk about it later, if you want. My concerns feel petty when stacked against risen gods. The Shadow Dragons have a lot to discuss, but you, Rook, are expected at the Swan.
Me? The Cobbled Swan? Why?
The First Warden is here to speak with you.
The First Warden? Let's hope we actually get some help with the Blight.
Come
It's
back
on
when
Davern,
you can.
is it?
I think we'll need your help again.
I'm assuming First Warden is is an exaggeration, and not literally. The Venatori serve the risen gods who have given the cultist magic that grants them control over Darkspawn. The cult's influence and power spreads, which means trouble for Minrathous and the world beyond.
I remember Ferelden furs stored waist high 5 years back.
That cheese looks good. I should get some to take back. Ooh, we can have it with toast and apples.
Are we ever gonna explain why I can just do that? One thing that I see that they're doing is that they like replaced all those class restricted interactions, like well, specifically I guess the rogue lockpicking, and can I not? Okay, rogue lockpicking, those like spirit fires or fade fires, whatever they are, from Inquisition, and those like breakable walls for the warriors. I'm assuming they got rid of all of that to replace them with these companion things, but then it kind of defeats itself by also making it so I can use them regardless of who is and isn't in my party. Funerary Handbook. The dead are in our care, and we will grant them dignity before they meet the flame. We will speak to them in gentle voices, cleanse their limbs, comb their hair. We will be with them, and they will not be alone. When all is done, a dim ash remains with us, but their souls will find a world incandescent at the Maker's side. May they shine in Eternium. Aeternum. I don't know. Anyways, it just feels like I guess they were just too scared to have people miss out. And it's like the same thing with the dialogue wheel. They're too afraid of friction between like the player and gameplay that they simplify the dialogue with the dialogue wheel and the tone indicators, and I may be stuck right here. They like simplify the dialogue with tone indicators and the dialogue wheel and voiced dialogue, so there's like little reading comprehension. And for the gameplay, they make it so anyone and everyone can do everything because of this freaking Fade Blade. It's kind of makes it boring. The blood is still here. Was this blood always here? I don't remember fighting here. Wait, yeah, I remember being here. Did the beacon not? I guess I have to grab all the beacons again, even though I've already been near them. That's a little annoying. Inscription at the Wall of Light. For those lost to us throughout our glorious history, whether claimed by victory, tragedy, or the ever onward march of time. A light to remember the dead. May they shine in Aeternum. I don't think I've ever seen that word before. Not yeah. Is that like a heaven type thing?
Still damaged after those shots from the palace.
I guess we get demons or this.
Veilguards really not have authority over mages in Tevinter? What happens if there's blood magic? What do they do?
Depends on the Templar. Depends on who's bought their loyalty.
What do you do when the authorities can't be trusted to do the right thing?
That's how I keep busy.
The Chantry sisters keep their secrets close. They waste the Chantry's gifts on the unworthy. Far better the power they hoard fall to us, to those who can guide with wiser hands. Damn. So that's what all the blood is.
Demons.
Hello.
That goes to you.
That the last of them?
Souls alone as the light left. I was there, less alone.
You're a spirit of compassion.
My own name. But what of theirs? 3 I've found, felled by demon claws, murdered. A connection I cannot see. I have impressions. But if I learn more, answers might unfold. This one. Green against grey stone. Rain, nourish. How she watched it bloom. Find who she was.
Hello. Okay, I thought you were dead, but I guess not.
A cat. Were you friends with someone here?
Is there a body? Am I blind?
Another demon killing. We need to get them away.
That's a win.
Is there supposed to be something up here? Oh.
Charcoal drawings by someone named Evander.
A world smudged in shadow. He drew Docktown's darkness, but also its light. There are others. I would know more of them.
We've got a trail. Let's go.
The reason why these confuse me is because they're very linear. Like, I already went up to that roof and it didn't lead anywhere until I interacted with something else. The voice was real, the one in the shadows. There was the same smell as last time too. Fog and burnt cinnamon. It knows about the money, debt. What am I supposed to do? The temple is still closed. How do I get out of this? The voice made promises and I'm just so tired. Seeds, soil, a little more debt, but I can do this on my own. Whatever else I thought before, just need time to grow again. The first blooms will be here soon. Everything feels better when that happens. The bright flowers and green leaves are all cheery next to the gray stone. We all need time to grow.
Hortensia. She was a gardener.
Green against grey. In debt, desperate, but still found hope. A faint connection begins to bind them. We must find the third.
read the notes on the Circle Road case?
The murdered Magister's aide? Killed with an arrow instead of magic. Hard to get an angle like that.
It is. Where would you take it from?
I don't know the place that well, but there's a tower not far that would get a clean shot. And good cover.
But if you were angry and in a hurry, if the shot were more lucky than planned.
Well, there's that bridge. Wait. Why are you asking me?
Demons! It looks like another victim.
We need to chase this down.
Can't combo because it reduces movement. Oh my god.
Got it covered.
You're fucked.
Compassion?
This one. Curiosity undimmed. Just one more answer. Truth and story beneath the ruins. Find who he was. I will find you then.
Oh wait, is this the beginning? No, it's not.
So...
Oh wait, this is the
how
closed
well
off
do
place.
you know the Viper? Because I've heard things.
Oh? What things?
Like, no one really knows who he is.
Is that right?
That maybe he used to be a slave and now fights slavers?
That would make sense.
Or that he's the Archon or a Magister in disguise.
Decent theory.
You know, don't you? You know!
What makes you say that?
You totally know.
I mean, I don't know, his character doesn't seem interesting so far to like, for me to care about who he is. I try to do the work in the day, but it's hard to focus, hard not to think about. At night, there's a whisper. The speaker wouldn't step from the mist, but I could smell his breath, like burnt cinnamon. He said he could help with research, and Sybil, I don't know if I can do this alone. I don't want our dream to die. What would you do? The wolf statue experienced a shift in the surrounding magical energies. I'm certain of it. I'm certain it means something. There's more to all of this than we recorded. Truths we don't see. It's just as Sybil said, stories buried deep in ruins. I won't let our work be corrupted. I continue this work for her.
Property of Marcus, scholar.
Story beneath the ruins. Fear for the future, and yet he continued. For himself and for her. All those I found, I held a hand as the light left.
Do you know something about the murder victims? What connected them?
Each was desperate. Each heard a whisper that tempted them, and each turned away.
I hear you,
They
Nev.
defied
Stop it.
the one who called them. The demons we saw were merely minions. Too late for these. But now I can watch and protect others. Something larger stirs, calling the desperate. I cannot see what. No, the hope you bring Dogtown thwarts it, and may you continue.
You're from Ferelden, aren't you?
I am. You too?
Oh, well. Are you gonna bark?
I'm sorry Bataris got away.
You win some, you lose some.
Would you like me to get you something? Tea? Cake? Arrow in his temple? Whatever you need.
You're getting the hang of those powers.
Really? I'm trying. It's all...
Is she even using them? Besides in
yet.
exploration?
Fair enough. What you're drawing from, it's not like my magic.
Which means no one can tell if I'm doing this right.
Or it means you make the rules.
That's even more pressure.
Hello. Okay, well, how do I open these? Because I haven't seen anything. Is it just block? Are these like freaking animus memories, or they just block off certain points?
Docktown's never short on nightlife, is it?
It's when the streets are most alive, and when I'm likely working.
It offers an escape, and it's exciting. I still don't know how anyone sleeps through the noise.
Minrathous, capital of the Imperium. The Minrathous I visited as a child was a place of wonder, a city steeped in magic and grand tradition. I remember how it felt to stand in the courtyard of the Archon's palace with the starry sky above and city lights below. And there I was, suspended in that galaxy, between silver and gold. Minrathous, the capital. I was so proud. Years later, on my return, I experienced the other side of Minrathous. Docktown's unmistakable scent of liquor and low tide, street meat eaten by canals, smoky from charcoal and steaming in the damp air, stolen kisses in the ruddy lamplight of the cobbled swan, no stars that you could see through the dust and the rain. Instead, there was poverty and desperation. Hands that reached for the coin I offered, the scrap of uneaten food, nothing to me, and everything to them. I lied to myself about it, made excuses for it, but I've known for a long time that Minrathous is not one city, but two. Why is this here? A letter from Dorian to Varric just in some random corner of Minrathous of Docktown? Nev, what is your deduction? Why is there a random letter here?
So, Nev, I know our powers are different.
This should be interesting.
It's nothing interesting. Just, please tell me you messed up sometimes.
Still do. Sometimes it's even magic related.
That's good to hear. Thanks.
Sure. And there's no reason you asked.
Not anymore.
Did the Magisterium explain why they are from
Or I guess this is the swan.
I am Jowin Glastrom, First Warden and Supreme Commander of Weishaupt. I received word of your team's request for Grey Warden assistance after an incursion of the Blight at Demeter's Crossing. I looked into you. An adventurous veil jumper, best known for discovering, then losing an invaluable map. I'd imagine that caused a certain resentment among your veil jumper superiors.
You hear about the Blight? This has nothing to do with that.
That's veil jumper business. You're here to talk about Grey Warden business. The Blight.
Explain to me how a veil jumper poking around in elven ruins unleashed the Blight.
I think unleashed is a little strong. It was an unfortunate side effect.
The Blight was a side effect?
Yes, of stopping the Dreadwolf, elven god of lies, from destroying the Veil. We did stop him, by the way. You're welcome.
I did not come here to listen to fairy tales. I am here because of the Blight.
Isn't the whole freaking lore behind the Blight a fairy tale? I mean, like, I guess because it's the Chantry, it's not a fairy tale, but like... I mean, and then I guess, like, it is real, but, like, according to, I guess, what's the word? Common, like, religious belief in Thedas, they don't know for a fact it's real, right?
It's no fairy tale. When we stopped Solus, something got out. According to the Veil Jumpers, it was the elven gods, Elganon and Gillenane. And they're not just evil, they're blighted. The point is that the gods are making the blight worse. Demeter's crossing was just the start. That's why we need the Grey Wardens.
I suspected more politicking from the remnants of the Inquisition. I see now that I was wrong.
I'm really glad to hear that.
It is clear that whatever you did to unleash the blight has corrupted your already weak mind.
Okay, wait.
You will be taken to Weishaupt and placed under heavy guard until the danger you caused by unleashing the blight passes.
This guy is so stupid. It's just such a dumb conclusion to believe that this is a danger that will just pass. Like, what?
Are you kidding me?
I assure you, I am deadly serious.
I don't have time to sit here and stroke your ego. You need to shut up and listen. The threat is real. The gods are coming and they're bringing the blight with them.
Let me tell you something about the blight. It is evil, it is implacable, and above all, it is predictable. The blight has not changed in over 1,000 years. The Grey Wardens will defeat it, as they always do. And we will do so without you causing confusion with your deranged conspiracy theories. I suggest you come along quietly.
Adamant Fortress 941.
Dorian?
Dragon.
I was not expecting you.
The Grey Wardens attempted to raise an army of demons. Hardly the models of good judgment yourselves, are you?
Everyone knows
don't look
Warden
like Dorian.
Clarel acted alone at Adamant Fortress.
That's been a while.
Acted alone, you say? Imagine if everyone were to see the letter I discovered where you authorize her actions. I wonder how that might complicate the narrative.
Are you prepared to risk the security of the Grey Wardens for this deluded girl?
You may be surprised to learn that I care very little about the security of the Grey Wardens.
Stay away from the blight, and do not pester the Grey Wardens with any more of your nonsense.
Wasn't the whole... I mean, wait. Never mind.
He seems upset. Was it something I said?
I was gonna just say something about the Archdemon showing up in Origins was unexpected, but it was. It was just Kalen. Just hand-waving away things. That guy's pissing me off. We need to kill him post-haste.
You have blackmail material on the leader of the Grey Wardens just lying around.
Of course not. Where would I obtain something like that?
Oh, you were bluffing. That's actually scarier.
Magister Dorian Parvis, at your service. A mutual friend thought you might require some support.
Maevaris Talani, of the Shadow Dragons.
You're just gonna say her, he did not say who it was. I could have just outed someone. Unless did she say she was gonna talk to Dorian? I don't think so. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
What's your relation to the Shadow Dragons?
About a decade ago, Maevaris and I started a political faction called the Lucerni. We were going to change Tevinter for the better. Everyone would recognize the common sense benefits of our approach, and we'd all live happily ever after.
I take it that didn't happen.
Maevaris was framed, kicked out of the Magisterium, and the Lucerni were dissolved. So she took the movement underground.
The Shadow Dragons.
Since I still haunt the Magisterium,
Is she
that
the
makes
one
me
responsible
the
for
Shadow
that name?
Dragon's man on the inside.
I think we made an enemy of the First Warden today. Well, more you than me. He just thinks I'm a dangerous idiot.
Ha! Enemy? I've ignored greater men. No Grey Warden worth the name sits in a Menrathus lounge sipping wine. You need the Wardens? Look for the ones out there fighting the Blight. In the meantime, the Shadow Dragons will keep a close watch on the Venatori. Good luck. I'm sure we'll see each other again soon.
The thing is, this entire thing isn't just hearsay.
Only the veil stood between us and a world of blighted darkness. But on this side, the gods could only tap a trickle. They had to turn that trickle into a flood. They sure could have used Solus's dagger to rip open the Fade. But some foolish mortal had taken it. So, they'd have to create a dagger of their own. Drowning the world in blight was just a matter of time.
I don't think this was a necessary cutscene. Please, give me some silence. Okay. So, it's not like this entire thing is just hearsay. Like, go to the Veil Jumpers and they'll corroborate what we're talking about. Go to Demena's Crossing and you'll see what happened there. Freaking go to where we are right now. There's just Darkspawn in our freaking basements right now. Like, I mean, I guess the issue is that like Darkspawn and the Blight always exist to an extent. But like, I don't think we were claiming that another like full-scale invasion was gonna happen. I mean, I guess it's even more far-fetched. Is that two gods were coming to bring about another blight? It's like, the thing is, it's like, it's hard for me to point at anything specific, but like within Dragon Age, there's always stuff that's just always happening that's against like the common belief. Yet this random First Warden guy, unless he's like been bought out or he's just stupid, it's like, he's just like, oh, well, the blight hasn't happened for 1,000 years, blah, 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 blah. But then there's so much stuff, like Corypheus, is Corypheus even well known? I mean, he's the Grey Wardens, he should know about Corypheus. Corypheus is some random freaking dude who, like, broke open, he like, freaking broke into the Black City, right? And surely, like, no one thought he would have been alive. So, like, I mean, it's different scenarios, but, like, it's not far-fetched to think that another blight could happen.